Hey there, Hofstra fans. Welcome inside the WBB Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com. Nick Flasher joined by the head coach of the Hofstra Pride Women's Basketball team, Krista Kilburn-Steveskey. First time in 2016. Coach, welcome back.
Thank you.
Well, obviously the big thing is conference play started this past weekend. You get the 58-49 win against the Delaware Fighting Blue Hens. A game you're up by 16 at one point. Delaware fights back, but you're still able to pull out to get the victory. First win in conference play.
Gotta enjoy that one, right? I felt like I kept saying even during the game that it was, like our first regular season game, because they're going to play you differently. You know they're going to have some kind of bag of tricks, and you have to just adjust to how, because they know you better than sometimes you know yourself. So, which they did. Kudos to them. They're well coached, and they tried to play, some little things, cat and mouse, to try to do some things, and you just have to, see what's going on, adjust, and then get your team to make adjustments as it going along, and we did. So. Just proud to get that one. We were ready. We were definitely full of energy. Sometimes that ball was going over the basket, but we were ready, and I'm glad that one's done. And now let's go to work. And
also in that game, we're going to bring it up again. Talked about it on Sunday. Win number 163 for you. You're the all-time winningest coach in program history now. You've had a few days to look back on it. Just how does it feel for all the hard work you put in over the past 10 years?
It was nice. That's what they always say about a milestone. Like, you don't think about it at all. And then when it happens, you're like, okay, great. You're happy for the team that you're coaching right now. You're happy for all of the kids that you have coached in the past because you haven't won a game. I mentioned so many names. You leave names out. Nikki Williams, Sam Brigham, so many other names that, I was talking about that. That really were the cornerstones of this program. And Felicia, who did a good job, to get Hofstra off the map at the, when her first stint here, that really kind of, stretched it out. So just a lot of really things to be, good things to be thankful for. I actually texted Harvey when I got home and making sure he knew that he was still the best coach. He's a great guy, and it's good that he comes around. I hadn't seen him, obviously, this season yet, but he'll hopefully come to the next game and play at home. So, but it was great. It was great. It's done, and now let's get on to really much bigger and more important things.
And then just staying with that first game against Delaware, you have 3 players all with 13 points, Luciana Loftus and Ashane Durant, and it seems each and every game you're not expecting one person to be the leading scorer on this team, and I feel your biggest strength, or one of the biggest strengths, is you have a multitude of options that each and every night have that ability to be that leading scorer.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, we certainly take, what's going and who's got the hot hand, and everybody will take who's got the hot hand, but we do a great job of distributing. I always talk about that. That comes from the top down. I mean, we have unselfish players that, they want to put the game on the back when it needs, but whether it's Crystal trying to distribute, whether it's Darius, when she needs to score, and if she is distributing, and, you said it. You said it all right there, because that's what makes us tough.
And then I'm curious to see, you always talk about non-conference setting up for how you want to play in conference. How do you think, looking back on it now, because you did face Delaware State last weekend,
right,
as a whole now, how do you think that non-conference slate set you up for that game against Delaware to begin CAA play?
I mean, I think the close games, the ones that obviously we won and the ones that we lost as well, just kind of the sense of urgency and the importance on, every possession. I think we played well against some teams that I knew were going to be really tough nose, grinding games like the St. Joe's. I mean, I think, but we just came out so relentless. So, you think about that schedule. You were looking at it from the Oregon States to the St. Joe's, and then obviously Marist, that you knew that, still just a storied program. And then, I knew American was going to be a little down, but they had just won the Patriot League. And so, you felt like you had a strong, healthy balance within the schedule. But all those games prepare you to, wins on the road, how to get ready. But at the end of the day, conference is conference, and I think our players know that. It was 0-0. And 0-0 first game of pretty much of the year when you're talking about like conference starting. So that's how we approach it.
Angie White had her 3rd game back after coming back from injury. I'm just curious for you to think, how do you think she's progressing in her role back now, being with the team after being out for about a month or so?
Yeah, I mean, I think that obviously Sunday wasn't what she plays and how she plays. She deferred a little bit on some of the scoring, but she's amazing. She's going to have her mojo. She's ready to go. I think that, she stayed in pretty good condition, which I was really pleased with. And I think, first game out like Marist, she was, we wouldn't have probably won that game without having her in the post play. We would have, we would have been extremely skinny down there. And, so for her to be ready and come back to that game, that was huge. So, Angie's Angie. She's going to get it. She knows she's a gamer, and she's going to give us. But that shows you how good we are to have not people play their best games, and we won. So we just want to, you know, keep peaking, keep getting everybody in the right position, keep getting people the ball at the right position, and you know, keep working together.
2 games this week. It'll be Friday and Sunday. First at Elon, then CFC. The Elon Phoenix 8-4 in the season. They beat UNCW just to open up conference play at 1-0. Went down there last year at Alumni Gym. Very tough place to play. What do you expect in the Elon Phoenix?
Man, just major battle, and it's good that we had that last year because the players, you don't have to sell them on it. You know they're physical. You know they play hard. You know they crash the boards. Their inside-out game, their guards have gotten better. You know, and they're just going to play a tough physical game for 40 minutes. So this is fun. That's why it's this conference, right? You know, so and we'll be ready, and we're ready for the challenge, and you know that's all you can say about it because you know. But the good thing is we all, you know, it's not a distant memory. It's a very, very real, you know, video of how physical it was down there last year and what we need to do to, you know, to take care of business.
And their leading scorer is Shea Burnett. You talked about the guards on this team. Do you feel this is the toughest group of guards your team has had to face this season, or will be one of the toughest tasks?
Yeah, I mean they bring Lauren Brown right in the game, right? And so she's actually, you know, amazing. I think she's playing extremely well. She's like their Asia, you know. She's like their Asia for them, you know. And I think. You know, obviously Burnett is just Burnett, and then he's got, you know, great shooting out of Malcolm, and then, you know, their inside game is just extremely, you know, strong. So, but I think guard-wise, they're a little bit more guard-oriented than they were last year.
And we have CFC on Sunday down in Charleston. Still looking at the game against Elon, but the early scouting report against the Cougars, you beat them twice last season.
Yeah, I mean, well, and 2 things. It's just that turnaround. You know, my big thing now is just kind of balancing the Friday-Sunday. You know, I heard it on the men's side, like watching our men's game the other night and having the Northeastern game on the tube at the same time for the men, and just kind of hearing people's, you know, comments about just that recovery rate and just being able to be prepared, you know, against very important games. I mean, each game is an important game. It's your next game, but then. So, you know, just, you know, we haven't had this happen to me. I think I was an assistant at JMU the first year that we did it on a Friday, Sunday type deal. So that's going to be part of your preparation. You know, how do you have your kids, you know, ready in that turnaround? And against a very physical game, I think we have a tougher game than anybody in the league on Friday night. You know, and then we have to turn around and play, you know, a tough one on Sunday. So, you know, it's just going to be part of the strategy. So, you know, this recovery rate and, you know, pray everybody's ready to go, and you know, that's all we can do.
She's the head coach of the Hofstra Pride women's basketball team, Coach Steveskey. Coach, thanks for joining us.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You've been watching the WB Mason Coaches Report right here on Go Hofstra.